What's the lingo?
What's the lingo? You asked me the right question.
Okay, Steve, welcome from New South Wales. Everybody had a bit of bad luck Wednesday night at Archerfield. You're defending your title. You're coming from behind. How do you think you'll go?
Well, as you said, I'm coming from behind. We're going to do it the hard way, but we're going to do it. You believe that?
Okay, Steve, you've got some very tough opposition. We've got the best of Australia here. It's been 12 months since it's been run. A lot of improvements in the vehicles. You're going to win?
Yes, as you say, there's been a lot of improvement. I've improved also. I've got a much better car now, and unfortunately, tonight's the first race meeting. But I'm confident tonight, out in a brand new car for the first time, and I'm going to make it 3 in a row. Three Australian titles on end. It's never been done before, and we sure plan to do it.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, Steve Brazier claims he's going to make it 3 in a row, and if any man's got a chance, he has, because he's got the talent and the machinery.
The first heat on Saturday night, and away they go past the starter's flag. We have some great drivers in here. Gary Rush making a bid from the back of the field. Brett Lacey right at the back. They're sorting themselves out now. A very tight circuit around the track. We have number 4, Mike Walsh from Queensland, leading the field out. Kevin McCullum in 60, and we've got a car over already. A spectacular crash on the side. And this is just some indication of what will happen here tonight, ladies and gentlemen. It's a very narrow track, very dangerous. And we've got Ray Ballou upside down already. Well, we might get a start this time, ladies and gentlemen. They're out too wide for the start. Queensland 4, Mike Walsh on the inside with Kevin McCullum, Victoria 60. And we've got a start, ladies and gentlemen. Gary Rush going down the outside, picking up 2 places at the moment. Kevin McCullum leading him into the end of the track. 54, we have Bob Tunks in 2nd position. Mike Walsh, Queensland 4 in 3rd, and Gary Rush moving into 4th position. A great move by Gary Rush, already up into 4th place. But we have Kevin McCullum leading him around again from 54. New South Wales, Bob Tunks. Gary Rush making a big move here on Queensland 4, Mike Walsh. Bobby Tunks making a move again on Kevin McCullum. They're tightening up now as they come round again, with Kevin McCullum leading them around. It's become a bit of a procession. It's very difficult to pass on this track, but Bob Tunks making a move again. Gary Rush still sitting back in 4th place. Well, these boys are sorting themselves out now. Kevin McCullum still leads them around, with Bob Tunks making another move on him on the inside. Gary Rush, a great move into 3rd position already. Well, watch Gary Rush go here as he comes down now to make a move on Bobby Tunks. Bobby Tunks being hotly pursued by Gary Rush. Kevin McCullum still leading them around this track. It's very narrow, but the great drivers are showing their 4 here, with Gary Rush moved up into 3rd position, with some great driving moves around the track. But Kevin McCullum showing them the way. Bobby Tunks, New South Wales, 54. And Mike Walsh, Queensland 4, has moved back into 3rd, with Gary Rush in 4th. Well, I missed that move, but it must have been a great driving move there. We haven't a lap score here, but Gary Rush has gone back into 3rd. And Brett Lacey has moved up also. From the back of the field, a great move. Gary Rush again coming round. Gary Rush moving to 2nd position now, with Brett Lacey in 4. 54, we have Bobby Tunks. Gary Rush looks like he's going to take this one out. He's gone to the front. Great driving by Rush. He's moved right to the front, overtaking Kevin McCullum there on that short straight. And watch this man go now. They won't get near this fella. Brett Lacey having problems there, moving up into 3rd position. They've touched cars. Bobby Tunks having all sorts of trouble. He's just been spun out down the track, so we'll slow them down now. As we have Bobby Tunks, a big spin around the track there. And we might get a start this time. And we have a start, and Gary Rush leads them away from Kevin McCullum. Brett Lacey making a move there on McCullum. as they go around the track. But Gary Rush has opened up a big lead here, and they will not wind this man down. He loves this track. Give him an open track and he'll fly away from him. Brett Lacey making a big move on McCullum to try and take second position. Jack Berry lying in fourth position. And I think that's the way you'll see them finish the race. No, we've got Brett Lacey moving into second position. Kevin McCullum's got a bad car. He's pulling off the track. So we've got a great move there. From the back of the field, we have Brett Lacey in second position. Bobby Blacklaw lying in third position and doing it well. But Gary Rush has taken this out very easily from Brett Lacey in Victoria 26 in 2. Bobby Blacklaw 3. And Mike Walsh in 4.
Of course, car 01, the Winfield 25 car, Queensland champ Bob Kelly. He should know his way around this track. And yes, we have a green. Kelly's got to the start quite well. Bit of a tight bunch through there as they charge up round the bottom turn. Kelly's opened up a nice lead, followed by Lacey, moving well into second. Bradford into the fence, badly at the rear. Bradford out of this, out for sure. Front left-hand wheel badly buckled. We have no race up. Kelly charged away, followed by Lacey. Queenslander Dean in third place. Barbagallo having a lot of trouble at the rear field, can't get through. Lacey doing a good job in second.
John Dean in third.
Oh, Kelly's got this heat shot to pieces if it continues in this way. Driving this track very nicely. Lacey doing an excellent job in second. That's Nipper Lacey, of course. Johnny Dean, Queensland 99 in third place. Kelly doing it easily now. Lacey in a little bit of trouble in second spot. And he's been passed by Dean on the inside. Queenslander Dean moves into second, followed by Nipper Lacey. Oh, slow traffic, balking cars there badly. Lacey's going to come undone in a big way. Kelly doing it easily, followed by Dean. Barbagallo pushing tail in this, but it's not going to make any difference to him. Kelly at this stage only 30 or 40 yards behind Barbagallo, is going to lap him. Kelly gets the white flag, 1 lap to go. Doing it in great style. Has his heat really shot to pieces. Into second spot would be fellow Queenslander Dean with Nipper Lacey from Victoria in third. And there he goes. Kelly takes the checker from Dean of Queensland. And about half a lap down will be Nipper Lacey of Victoria.
Yes, we're going to get a start this time. The green's in the air as they come round now. Yes, we've got a start. We've got a start already, and they're sorting themselves out in that first bend. One of the cars has gone right away at this stage as he comes around in front of us now. Number 21, Perry Farshis. We've got a car stopped on the track already as they sweep round. The flags will be out. I can't pick that car at the moment. Could be Ray Geneve. Let's hope it isn't for his sake. As they come round in front of us now. Yes, I think we'll get a start here. They're jostling already. Yes, we have a start already. They're moving around the track now, jostling for positions. Number 21, Perry Farshis, leading them around there from Sidmore in New South Wales 95. Cars off the track. And I think we have Tadnell in third position. Well, they've spread themselves out now, and let's hope that they can go right through this race without another stoppage. But 21, Perry Farshis from West Australia, leading them around the track. Sidmore in New South Wales 95 in 2, and George Tatnall, New South Wales 5, in 3. But we have Tatnall making a move on George Moore as they come down now in front of us. Tatnall making a move on the inside. Moore keeping him out. Well, we've got a real battle going on here between second and third, and we have Tatnall going on the inside of Moore. They're having a jostling match going around there. Now we'll see just what Moore can do. But Tatnall's moved into second position, New South Wales 5, and doing it well. Not an easy man to get past Sid Moore, but Tatnall's moved into second position with Sid Moore in third. We have about 5 laps to go as the leader comes around now. Driving West Australia 21 with that big wing showing Oxford engines on the side. He's been slowed up by a Sale car. Tatnall's right up on him now, and we have a car blown. Yes, that's not too good at all for Moore. He's blown and he's in the centre of the track. Well, Tatnall's making a big move now, trying to get up into first place. He's been held up by West Australia 21, Perry Farshes, who has led this. Making a move under him now. This was a real battle for first position here, but Perry Farshes held him out. West Australia 21 leading with George Tatnall, New South Wales 5. Well, they're the 2 cars to watch with only 4 cars left out of a field of 8. It's become, the interest is all in the first 2 cars. Perry Farshes from West Australia and George Tatnall. Well, I think we only have 2 laps to go. George Tatnall still trying to make up this move. He'd like first position, but Perry Farshes from West Australia holding him out, and now he's making another move under him. Gone out wide. He kept his line well, the West Australia boy. 1 lap to go. Well, let's see if he can do it. George Tatnall holding down second position, trying desperately to get into first, and he's at it again as they tries to come into underneath him. I think we're going to see him finish in second position. A great drive by West Australia 21, Peter Farshes. Winning from New South Wales 5, George Tatnall. Well, that's a great second to George Tatnall. That'll give him 56 points. Perry Farshes had no points up until tonight, but that win will give him 30. So that should see both those boys in the final over 40 laps for the 1981 Australian Sprint Car Championships.
Cars rolling around. I think we'll get a green. They're away on the 12-lap journey. Bundaberg 10 takes the start. All the action's down at the rear, though, at this stage. Billy Barra's dropped right off the pace. Steve Brazier charging up from the back. We have a car in trouble there. Peter Catasti taking a nice lead in Bundaberg 10. Second place, New South Wales 6, Dick Britton, he's doing well. Brazier has dropped back and still only in last spot at this stage. Bundaberg 10, Peter Catasti, Dick Britton, 88 car, Gary Gardner in third. ACT 1, Frank Vanzabel in fourth, Jago from Victoria in 5, and Bill Barrow, South Australia 6, back in 6th place. And Steve Brazier right behind him. The first 3 cars have broken out a bit from the rest of the field. Catasti doing it nicely, but Dick Britton slowly holding him in. Gary Gardner holding down third. Jago pressuring Vanzabel. Barrows behind Jago. And it's still Australia 1, Steve Brazier at the rear. Coming up to half distance with 6 laps down and 6 to go. Still Catasti from Britain, Gardner, Vanzabel, Jago, Barrows and Steve Brazier. Jago through into fourth under Vanzabel. Beautiful passing move underneath by Jago. Bill Barrows trying it under Vanzabel back at the rear. Still Steve Brazier bringing up the tail end. Bill Barrows moves up a place into 5th spot, taking Vanzabel. Catasti still holding out Dick Britton. Britton goes under, touches Catasti's inside front wheel, but no harm done. Gary Gardner moving along nicely in third. Jago in the centre. Britain takes the lead from Catastrophe. Gary Gardner. Bill Burrows now in fourth. Steve Brazier in fifth. And Frank Vanderbilt in sixth position. We have 6 cars running with 2 laps to go. Coming around for the white flag, it's Britain, Catastrophe, Gardner, Burrows and Brazier. Bit of smoke coming from Brazier's car there. Coming up for the green flag now, the checker flag, and it's Britain, Catastrophe, Gardner. Rolling around now, I think we may get a green this lap. It'll be 20 desperate laps. And we're away with a green flag. Frank Van Siebel, ACT 1, jumps the lead. Queensland champ Bob Kelly into second position. Oh, very desperate racing there. Jago and Brazier touch fairly hard in the middle of the field, and it slows their progress dramatically. Terry Becker dropping back into fourth, followed by Brazier Jago. Still Frank Van Siebel out in front. Bob Kelly in second. Oh, we have a spin out down in the middle of the turn. Cars everywhere. Jago involved in that little spin. Behind him, Steve Brazier, Darryl Jago, Terry Becker, Noel Bradford, and they're away. Brazier trying desperate to get third spot here. And he succeeds in a beautiful underside move. Desperate racing there. Brazier really mixing it and throwing that car at Kelly for third spot. And he's under him again. He's got it this time. Kelly and Becker touch. Bork Jago. Down in front, ACT1, Vanderbilt, North Queensland 14. Mike Walsh. Steve Brazier. Steve Brazier third, Terry Becker 4, Jago 5. Remember, only 4 cars make the final. Bob Kelly back in 6th now. Noel Bradford 7. Jago's through into 4. Up into 3, Jago. Desperate driving. Brazier takes the lead and blasts out of the mains into the main straight. Van Siebel second, Jago third, Kelly 4. Jago trying desperately on Van Siebel. Oh, balked badly there. We have a red light. He's leading them up front in 1, and I don't think anyone will get him from there. Green flag, and they're away. And Brazier with a beautiful start. Van Siebel, Jago, Kelly. They're the ones we watch with great interest. Brazier blasts past us here. Van Siebel, Jago, Kelly. Those 4 still there. Terry Becker in 5. North Queenslander Mike Walsh in 6th. Brazier, a good third of a lap in front. Idris now for 2nd, 3rd and 4. Van Siebel, Jago, Kelly running in tight formation. Half race distance, 10 laps to go. Kelly blasts under Jago and takes 3rd spot away from the Victorian driver. Kelly goes under Van Siebel, looking for 2nd number spot. Oh, big spin out up there in turn 4. Caused by Queenslander Kelly going under Van Siebel and touching him, and Jago caught up with the rear of that little tangle. Cars are still racing under the green light. Brazier up front. No worries there with Steve. Kelly in 2, doing it nicely now. Vanderbilt in 3 and Terry Becker in 4. Jago lost a lot of ground after that touch.
We've got a green flag coming up. I think we might get a start, ladies and gentlemen, and just look at those cars. 20 cars from all over Australia ready to do battle over 40 laps. And you just watch them go. Watch them, and we've got a start. They're away already. These boys are very keen. Brett Lacey's dropped back into 4th position, and we've got a car, Gary Rush, running against the fence. Lost 3 places there, but he'll move up into this field. Hello, we've got a car rolled over right in front of us.
Gary Rush.
Well, that's a very bad start for what I would have considered the man most likely to win this 1981 Australian Sprint Car Championships. Gary Rush has rolled his car right in front of us. Yes, they're getting Gary going again. He's going, and listen to that crowd roar. He's a popular man here. If he can win this after that, he'll certainly be a worthy champion for the 1981 Sprint Car title. Yes, Gary's going to make an effort to get up there where he rightfully belongs. Going to get a start, I think? Yep. Well, ladies and gentlemen, what a start. These fellas are just not on here at the moment. We've got a car against the fence and they haven't even started the heat. Well, 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 they're just too desperate at the moment, these fellas. They've been instructed to go round there, no pace at all until they get the flag, and they're turning the power on the bends here. They're already making moves here, these fellas. And we've got a start. And they're away. Gary Rush in 2nd position. Brett Lacey moving into 2nd. No, trying to go under Gary Rush. Well, I think we might get around with a lap here without anything to matter. Brett Lacey in 2nd position, holding down 2nd. Bill Britton, and we've got another crash car. A very bad crash right here on the track. It's George Tatnall, ladies and gentlemen, and it's a very bad smash. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to have another start here, and they're giving it to it already. They're desperate, these fellas. Gary Rush is making a big start here, and we've got another bad smash. Well, I don't know, ladies and gentlemen. Somebody ought to be penalised for this. Those front runners then took off the other side of the track, and that's exactly what they were told not to do in the briefing. And if they keep this up, we won't have one car finish here tonight because they'll run out of fuel. We have, as they're getting ready to start again. These boys are desperate here. These starts are no good at all. And they might get a start. Yes, Dick Britton has made a move there. Gary Rush took off early, slowed down, and Dick Britton went past him. So we have Dick Britton, New South Wales 6, leading Gary Rush, New South Wales 2. West Australia, Alfie Barbagallo. Alfie Barbagallo, well, we've got some desperate moves, but at least they're around the track, and we've got a couple of laps down. The dust is flying here tonight. Barbagallo in 3, Billy Burrows in 4. Those 4 cars are fighting it out here at the moment. And we've got a car against the fence over there. Hit the fence, and we'll have a slowed up race here now. They'll have to slow them down, and they have done just that. And another spin here. Well, well, ladies and gentlemen, we had Nipper Lacey spin right in front of us here, and the car went up on its back wheels. He nearly rolled that car over just then. They're starting this race a half a lap before the start line. And we'll see that all happen again here now, I think. Dick Britton slowing them down, though. The car's building up. Brazier made a move around the outside there before the flag. Has picked up a couple of places already. He has moved up into 6th position, making a bid for 5th. But Dick Britton holding out Gary Rush. Gary Rush trying to go underneath him. Alfie Barbagallo in 3rd. Billy Burrows in 4. Steve Brazier in 6. Making a desperate move there. Blacklaw in 5. Gary Rush wearing Dick Britton down, I think. Alfie Barbagallo pushing Gary Rush very hard. And right behind them we have Billy Burrows in South Australia 6. Well, these boys are absolutely flying around here now, and it's difficult to see for the dust. Gary Rush trying to make a move again on Britton. These 3 cars out in the front are absolutely flying. Steve Brazier has moved up another place. Steve Brazier in 5th position, slowly winding these cars down. Lost it again, and he's hit the fence. Steve Brazier hit the fence. But Dick Britton leading them around here from Gary Rush. Alf Barbagallo in 3rd, and Bill Burrows in 4th, doing a great job in this field. In 5th position, we have Bob Blacklaw, and current champion Steve Brazier in 6th position, and he's spun. Steve Brazier has spun. We have a 3-car pile up there. 3 cars, and the cause of that was Steve Brazier. We'll get a start this time as they come round. Gary Rush making a move. Dick Britton not letting him have any show at all there. And we're away. Dick Britton and Gary Rush already battling it out there for 1st and 2nd placing. Both driving fiercely around there. Alf Barbagallo in 3rd. Billy Burrows in 4th. Well, they're circulating all right now. They've spread themselves out. They've sorted themselves out. And we have a change in positions there. Bob Kelly has moved up into 5th position. And it's desperate here between Dick Britton and Gary Rush. Alf Barbagallo and Billy Burrows. Those 4 cars have got a little bit of a break on the rest of the field. Any move? No. Gary Rush is pushing Britton very hard, but he's doing the job brilliantly. New South Wales 6. Gary Rush, New South Wales 2. Alf Barbagallo just waiting for a break. Sitting right back there, just waiting for any false move by these 2 cars that are flying in front. Bill Burrows, South Australia 6 in 4th position, being hotly pursued by Bob Kelly from Queensland. It would be a popular win, although we have another prang over here, and Lacey's involved in this one. This is Nipper Lacey, so we've got another stoppage and probably another car out of this 1981 Australian Sprint Car title. Well, we have the pace car off the track now, so we're about to get a start. And Dick Britton will slow them down before he gets to the starter's flag. And he's away. And we have a clean start there. A clean start. Barbagallo making a desperate move on Britton, trying to go underneath him. Gary Rush making a move also. Bob Kelly in 5th position, chasing Billy Burrows. They got slowed up into that corner, and Barbagallo trying very hard to get underneath Britton, but Britton won't let him in, driving a great race. Yes, he's got a chance here, but Britton closed the gap. Well, they're not going to find passing this man easy. He's out in front and he intends to stay there, but he's got 3 hard charges behind him. This man from the west, Alf Barbagallo, is not going to give up without a fight. Billy Burrows making a move on Gary Rush, trying to go underneath him. Rush has gone underneath Barbagallo. Barbagallo fighting back, but Gary Rush has moved into 2nd position with a brilliant move. Oh, no, my goodness me. A very, very bad prang. That move by Rush pushed Alf Barbagallo wide, and he did a pirouette in the centre of the track. And I think he might have put out Bob Kelly as well. Well, we have another bad accident here. That was a desperate move by Rush. He got underneath Barbagallo, and Barbagallo tried to come back, and in doing so hit the fence. And I would think that would write his chances off in this final for 1981. And we only have 8 cars left in this race. Out of a field of 20, 8 cars left. Yes, we have a start here now. Dick Britton still leading them away from Gary Rush and Billy Burrows. And we have a start. Well, these 3 opened up a bit of a lead before. They're staying right out of this trouble. But Dick Britton has been very hard to get past, but Rush is making another move on him here. And Britain has closed the gap again. Well, it's desperate racing by these fellas here. Billy Burrows holding down third position. Gary Rush lost a little bit of ground there, but he's coming back very fast. New South Wales 1, Bob Blacklaw pushing Billy Burrows very hard. These 4 cars are the cars that look like fighting out this championship this year. But the 2 to watch are the 2 in front. Dick Britton, New South Wales 6, being hotly pursued by Gary Rush in New South Wales 2, and he's gone under him. Gary Rush has gone under him, and Britton is coming back. Well, Britton made a mistake there on that corner, and it's cost him first place. But Rush is going away from him now. Gary Rush leading the 1981 Australian Championships and leading it comfortably. Now all the interest will centre around Billy Burrows. Billy Burrows from South Australia, lining third position and doing it well. Let's see whether he can move up and challenge these leaders. Bobby Blacklaw line 4 and doing a great job. Bobby Tunks, New South Wales 54 in 5. But Gary Rush has gone right away from him now. He's doing it easily. Dick Britton in second position, followed by Bill Burrows. Well, any false move now, and we could see us changing positions there, but I don't think anybody's going to catch Gary Rush. Dick Britton holding down second comfortably, and certainly Billy Burrows is holding down third comfortably. Well, I hope we go right through this race now. And they come round again with Dick Britton holding back Billy Burrows. Yes, they're absolutely cruising now. 8 cars on this circuit is about enough, because these boys have got it wound down now. They're hooked into this track and going great guns. Well, I think it's going to be a matter now. If anybody makes a mistake, they'll lose a position. A blown motor or tyre trouble will cost them a place. But nobody's going to catch Gary Rush. He's got this sewn up. All he has to do is keep going around that track. He's already lapped some of the slower cars. He's circulating brilliantly here at the moment. He's opened up about a half a lap lead, and nobody will wind him down from there. The only thing that will stop Gary Rush winning this race will be tyre or motor trouble. But interest centres around these other 3 cars. Dick Britton holding down second position and doing it well. Coming up on the slower cars and being slowed up. Billy Burrows making a move on him. And we've got slower cars here. Well, we've got Burrows making a move here, and he slowed up. Yes, Billy Burrows has gone into second position. The slower cars held Britton up. And Billy Burrows in second position. A great drive by Billy Burrows to move up into second position. Dick Britton in third. And Bill is chasing one of the slower cars now. Well, let's hope he can keep circulating around this track. He's done a brilliant job here. Dick Britton in third. Billy Burrows from South Australia in 2. Gary Rush leading them all the way here. Making a one-horse race of this 1981 Australian Sprint Car Championship. Well, ladies and gentlemen, it's Gary Rush's year by the look of it now. All he has to do is keep circulating. And Billy Burrows with his best win ever. If he can keep circulating, will finish second in this 1981 Australian Sprint Car title. Dick Britton, who drove brilliantly for the first 20 laps, is sitting in third position and doing it well. New South Wales 1, Bob Blacklaw holding down fourth position, and he's trying to make a move on Dick Britton. But Gary Rush is really circulating around here now. He has at least a half a lap lead. Billy Burrows is doing it very easily. He's opened up a big lead on Dick Britton. Gary Rush passing those slower cars as if they're not there. He'll take them on the outside or the inside. This car is going brilliantly at the moment, and it has a great driver in Gary Rush, sending it around the circuit. He's really hooked up. That track almost looks like it's clay now. Billy Burrows is driving a brilliant race also, and Dick Britton still holding down third from Bob Blacklaw in New South Wales 1. And Bob Blacklaw's making a move on Dick Britton. He nearly went under him on that turn there, down by the pit gates. So third and fourth position are not sewn up here yet. But Gary Rush is going to win this 1981 Australian Sprint Car title with ease. All he has to do is keep circulating, and with his experience he won't push that car hard now and take the risk of having any problems at all. He knows he's got a half a lap lead and he's just going to circulate around. Billy Burrows holding down second position just as comfortably, doing it very easily. And we still have this battle going on between third and fourth. Dick Britton holding down third and doing a great job, a former Australian champion. And of course we have a former Australian champion in the lead, Gary Rush, driving brilliantly. He was confident about winning this race and he's shown that he can do it. Coming up on the slower cars again, Gary Rush going under the first one, not being allowed to get under. But he's around him now. And he is hotly pursuing the cars that are running third and fourth. 1 lap to go. It's Gary Rush's year, ladies and gentlemen. Gary Rush, he's getting ready to lap the car line fourth in this Australian title. And he's not slowing up for a minute. And it's Gary Rush's championship for 1981. Gary Rush wins the 1981 Australian Sprint Car Championship. And in second position, a brilliant drive from Billy Burrows, going over the line now for second position. Well, that's a great drive by Bill Burrows. And I think we have Dick Britton in third position, New South Wales 6, followed by Bob Blacklaw in New South Wales 1. Well, what an exciting race it's been. There is your 1981 Australian Sprint Car title. Out of a field of 20, we only had 7 cars finish this race. So that gives you some indication of just how hot and fast this racing was. But Gary Rush, talking about retirement, won this title for 1981. And I bet he'll be thinking very seriously about not retiring after that brilliant win here tonight. It was a brilliant win, and it's great to see the champion come back.
Ladies and gentlemen, the winner, the man we're looking for, none other than that professional of race drivers, Gary Rush. Gary, I must say, just before the race, our official photographer said, "Who do you want to back?" I said, "I'll have Gary Rush. What odds will you give me?" He said, 2 to 1, and I've taken $10 worth, mate. Thanks very much. I can use the 20.
Thanks, Bill.
Gary, tremendous congratulations. You drove, as I said before, professionally, beautifully. I feel you are a superb driver. You proved it. Third-time national championship holder. Our congratulations. And with the congratulations go the laurel wreath, which this lovely lass from Victoria will place around your neck, and the beautiful trophy here from Tetley Team.
And the bird, Gary, she goes with it.
And somebody said the bird goes with it. Gary, I'm sure you'd like to say a few words right now.
Thanks very much, Bill. Well, I'd first like to say probably don't deserve it for the boo-boo I made in the first lap. I think the good Lord looked after me there. I thank him very much. But the thanks I have to make to all my pit crews, the ones from Sydney, the ones from Melbourne. We built 2 cars for this race. The ones from Melbourne, the car weren't quite good enough, but I'm sure they worked hard. We all worked hard this season for this race. And I thank them very much. The next people I'd like to thank is my really good friends, the ones that supported me all those few years of outs. I really love them all. I feel very sorry for Steve Brazier, the defending champion, sitting on the grass there. I know how he feels, and I'm sure he'll come back like a true champion that he really is. There's not much more I can thank but the sponsors of this race, my sponsors of the car in Brisbane, GP Cars, HM Headers, and just all my good friends. Thanks a lot.
Put your hands together, ladies and gentlemen. World champion, Gary Rush, champion for the 3rd time.